Good evening, everyone. Would you please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Here.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Here.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Here.
Councilman Marcocha?
Here.
Supervisor Colavita?
Here. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We have our opportunity to address the board on a specific agenda item. All right, there being none, we'll move forward to appointments. We have our first is the probationary appointment of Christopher Henry to the position of police officer. Mr. Henry is currently employed as a police officer in the city of New York. His appointment is contingent upon receipt of final approval from the Westchester County Department of Human Resources of the transfer of his pending and the transfer of his pending successful completion of his medical and background requirements. As provided in Westchester County Civil Service rules, it is necessary for him to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks. The appointment will be effective on February 3rd, 2025, at the annual salary of $71,616, with holiday pay of $3,611. And funds have been provided for in the 2025 budget. And I'll make the motion for the probationary appointment of Mr. Henry as police officer, effective February 3rd, 2025, at the annual salary above stated. Someone care to second that motion?
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have the recommendation for the appointment of Erin Donovan of Tuckahoe to the position of court clerk, effective January 22nd, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, at the annual salary of $75,000, and that's to fill a recently created vacancy. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have the approval of minutes of the January 7th, 2025 Special Town Board meeting and the approval of the minutes of the January 7th, 2025 regular Town Board meeting. Any proposed modifications or amendments?
None.
There being none, someone can make a motion to approve same as submitted?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have reports of departments, boards, and commissions. We have our police department report, and we can receive and file our December 2024 monthly report. Also, we have our annual report submitted by the department for the year 2024, together with detective reports and statement of accounts. Chief?
Good evening, Supervisor Calamita, members of the Town Board. Last week, our department completed one of our first training days of the year. This was made possible through the recent contract where we added 2 training days, so we added an in-house day. We focused on defensive tactics, street encounters, constitutional law, and search and seizure. The lesson plan and topics were arranged by P.O. Pascal, who had conducted similar training on a voluntary basis last year. It was so well received by the members that attended, we made it a mandatory training day. So I want to thank him for that, and I also like to thank Lieutenant Castellano and Detective Minio for their assistance in the defensive tactics portion of the training. Speaking of training, P.O. Patrick Bryson is currently enrolled in the New York State Firearms Instructor course. 2 years ago, DCJ has changed the course requirements and much more difficult because they're teaching a much more difficult course to the recruits. So Patrick was able to pass the initial qualifications to get in and has been doing very well in the course. He should be done within a week or 2. As you probably know, our department had seen numerous complaints about illegal massage parlors operating within the town, particularly one on Mill Road and one on Main Street. Several months ago, we were able to make arrests at both locations, and I'm happy to report that after we made the arrest and we worked with the law department and the landlords of the buildings, both locations have now been closed and have left town. Last month, we also made an arrest for at the Nobel Spa located on Montgomery Avenue in the north end of town, and we're going to be working to try and rectify the situation there. And lastly, on January 15th, P.O. De Benedictis conducted a traffic stop on Mill Road. During the stop and through investigation, he revealed that the motorist had just left the Nike store located at 696 White Plains Road. The motorist was found to be in possession of a credit card skimming device, had numerous stolen credit card numbers in his possession, and he was able to mimic and use them while making purchases at Nike and through other stores throughout the tri-state area. I would just like to recognize Pio de Benedictis on the job well done on that arrest, and to preface that, a couple weeks before, Nikes around the country had gotten scammed out of approximately $2 million worth of merchandise using fake credit cards. We were one of the only agencies able to arrest somebody and connect them back to that. So I would like to thank, again, him and our detective division for their diligent work in solving that crime.
Thank you. Okay, next, that brings us to the Highway Department report. Mr. Latella, good job on the snow removal.
Thank you, Supervisor Calavita. Good evening, Supervisor Calavita and members of the Town Board. I would like to report we have had 5 snowstorms to date that our crews worked diligently to provide safe and passable roads. A thank you to our residents who enrolled in our smart 911 alert notification system. To date, it has been a success. The importance of this notification during snow and other weather events is vital for our crews to perform their duties. Our 2025 sanitation and recycling schedules were mailed out to our residents. If you did not receive a schedule, please reach out to our department, and one will be delivered to you. Christmas trees and yard waste pickup will be collected on an unscheduled basis throughout the winter months, on Wednesdays, weather permitting. I commend and thank the department for the great work and service provided to our residents this past year. I have nothing further to report. Thank you.
Or just so people at home are aware too, signing up for the notification system is important. During this last storm, what we do is we put a post out on social media, we put a post out on our website, we also put it on channels 19 and 40, which are our 2 stations for Cablevision and for Verizon. In addition to that, we did an email blast and a robocall. So notwithstanding that, people said, I didn't know. And, you know, we always say each year, we don't have the ability to tap you on the shoulder and to say, get your car off the street. If it's snowing out, you need to get your car off the street, whether you're aware of our notifications or not. So rule of thumb, if it's snowing a couple inches, remove your car from the street. And it's generally only for a period of about 24 hours as the town goes through the entire street inventory to get everything cleared and cleaned. And with the change in the law we did a couple years ago, you have the luxury of parking on the street pretty much all year round. So on the 4 or 5 days a year where you got to remove your car from the street, please do so. Also, we did get a couple of calls from people regarding Interlaken and the street sweeping, which they normally have to move their cars on the 3rd Mondays, and that happened to be Martin Luther King Jr. Day and a snowstorm day, so they didn't have to move their cars, which was good. So we alerted Interlaken, but it's real simple. If you got snow on the ground, take your car off the street. And you guys did a great job as usual. Thank you. Okay, next we have the receiver of taxes report for the period of December 2024. We can receive and file that. We also have the clerk's annual report and the December 2024 report. Anything further or additional?
No, I just want to thank Karen and Lori in the clerk's office. You know, they just do a great job. So many parking permits, particularly Garth Road, the handicap permits, the dog license, the marriage and death certificates. They just do a great job there. You know, they keep things moving, and the turnaround there is just fabulous, you know, servicing the residents. So I just want to thank them.
And people, I guess, when they don't know who to call, they call the clerk's office.
Yeah, we sometimes we're the
Field
first,
everything, yeah.
zone to call, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next we have the correspondence agenda. We have a memorandum from the controller on part-time and seasonal employees. I'll make a motion to approve same. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next, we have a memorandum from the Highway Department regarding permission to go to bid for the incinerator building asbestos abatement. And as people are probably aware, we've been talking about this for, several months. It is our intention to remove the smokestack at the old incinerator building, which hasn't been functional in a long time, decades upon decades. The front part of the building is used for salt retention and storage, but the rest of the building is just unused and has been abandoned for quite a long time. And so, rather than wait for this thing to fall down, we thought it'd be appropriate and necessary to risk any kind of liability matter to take the smokestack down. But before the smokestack can come down, before workers can go in there to do work, the asbestos has to be removed. And, that's just the way things are, and we have to abate that. So we're going to go out to bid and see what kind of numbers we get. We're anticipating the entire job should be in the neighborhood of $700,000, which would include the asbestos abatement and the removal of the smokestack. The building will be sealed, and then we'll probably retain a portion of the building. But it's been quite an eyesore for quite a long time, and it's just not safe. And the building is in terrible repair. It's only a matter of time for we have an accident there. So anyway, it's time to do that. So would someone care to make a motion authorizing the Highway Department to go out to bid for the incinerator building asbestos abatement?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, I have a memorandum from the Lake Isle General Manager regarding the hiring of architects, an architectural firm for the main clubhouse building roofing renovations. And presently, the roof is in not good repair at Lake Isle, particularly in the area where the locker rooms are, where the main offices are, storage space, and it's got to be examined and spec'd out. Also, keep in mind that there is a tremendous amount of air conditioning tonnage that goes up onto the roof. There are dozens and dozens of units. Also, our gas service goes in and is, dissipated throughout the structure of the roof. So it's kind of a lot involved. There are multiple layers of old roofing, all kind of drain pipes, and it's a hot mess up there. So we're asking an architect to do plans for us, examine the situation, and then those plans will be used to go out to bid to fix the roof, okay, to actually properly replace the bulk of it. Anyway, so he's indicating that the attached, excuse me, his scope of work would be approximate amount of $54,890. That's with a 10% contingency included. And he's been doing a lot of work since the year, probably at least 2000, I think. Or maybe 2001, the architect is doing work at Lake Isle, so he knows the building, he knows the grounds, he knows our capacities, he knows where our utilities are, so it makes good sense to bring him on board. So anyway, so I'll make the motion to retain Lothrop and Associates for the purposes of doing our plans for the new roof, and our architectural work has been appropriated in the 2024 capital budget that we did. So separate appropriation, by the way, will happen for the actual renovation work. Okay, so I'll make the motion for the approval and ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. It's unfortunate that the repair stuff ends up on my watch. The smokestack's been there for 10,000 years, but it's got to come down now, as is the roof at Lake Isle. But what are you going to do? We'll do the best we can. Anyway, next we have miscellaneous business. We have the February and April meetings. Because of holidays and because of school schedules and whatnot, each year we examine the schedules. And what we're going to do is, for the month of February, we will have a single meeting on February 4th at 7:30 in this room. And in April, we'll have a single meeting on April 8th at 7:30 in this room. Someone care to make a motion to approve same?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next are council member reports. Councilman Marcocha.
Thank you, Supervisor. Yesterday, ECAP hosted its 37th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast, recognizing his life, lessons, and contributions. This breakfast always seems to fall on the coldest day of the year, but nonetheless, it was very, very successful. I just want to take a minute to talk about some of the great work ECAP does with the funds raised during this event. It runs a food pantry that never stops providing and has proven to be important to so many local families here in Eastchester, Bronxville, and Tuckahoe. It also runs an after-school program, which has been so beneficial in helping to enrich many young lives. Additionally, it offers a summer youth employment program to help young kids develop skills that will last a lifetime. And the town of Eastchester provides some of that summer employment. And ECAP is just generally, very happy and grateful to be part of such a wonderful and generous community, and they're very appreciative of all the support that they get, not only from this town, but from everyone, from the local organizations that support them. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nicholson.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. I just have two announcements. This Saturday is the Eastchester Rotary Interact Blanket and Coat Drive at the Eastchester Public Library from 11 to 2. This is to benefit the Midnight Run homeless in the city, to give them some warmth of, again, blankets and coats this Saturday. Also, the Eastchester Relay for Life Rally, Forever Rally for Regina is holding a blood drive on Saturday, February 1st at the Tuckahoe Community Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and support the team. They're going to have a raffle and bake sale for the benefit of the American Cancer Society, and give from the heart, donate some blood today. Again, Saturday, February 1st. Thank you, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Marcotte.
Thank you, Supervisor. Just a couple of things. I want to recognize Dick Foliano again. I know we recognized him here at the last meeting because he had received a very prestigious award from New York State, recognizing all of his hard work, of course, with regard to history and all he's done for the Historical Society. This past Sunday, he was recognized again by Westchester County, and he was given a very prestigious award. It was presented to him by Judah Holstein, our county legislator. And again, we just congratulate Dick. We're thankful for him. He does a lot of work in recognition of how historically important the town of Eastchester is. I wanted to also put a shout out for snow angels. I know it's something I talk a lot about, and Councilwoman Nicholson helps me with that a lot. We have good years, we have bad years. This is a really bad year. We don't have a lot of volunteers. So if anybody would like to volunteer to be a snow angel, it's a great program. It doesn't take a lot of time. The houses are, they're close together in some of these neighborhoods. If you live nearby someone who needs an angel, you can walk down the street. It means a lot to them to have their front walk shoveled or their sidewalk shoveled. They don't have to worry about getting out or emergency services coming in. I can tell you right now, we are looking for angels on Downer, on Joyce Road, on Andrew, on Midland Place, on Highland, and on Tuckahoe, and I'm sure there's a couple I forgot, but if you are interested, we would love to hear from you. I'm sure we're going to get maybe a few more snowstorms this winter, so it's tuckahoesnowangels@yahoo.com if you want to send me an email, or you could reach out to the supervisor's office and he can put you in touch with Teresa or myself. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk about a special election you may or may not have heard about. George Latimer, as we know, our county executive, has moved on to Congress, so congratulations to him, but it does leave a vacancy here at the Westchester County government. So there will be a special election. That election has been called for February 11th. It is a Tuesday, and there will be 9 days of early voting. So all 25 sites will be open. You can vote anywhere at any one of the 25 sites while they're open. The Eastchester Library, of course, is the early voting site that we have here, and early voting will start on February 1st, and it will run through February 9th. No voting on February 10th, and the special election will be February 11th. It is county-wide. I know there are only 2 people on the ballot, but it is an important election, so please mark your calendar. And that's my report, Supervisor.
Thank you. Councilman Jacoby.
Thank you, Supervisor. From our Recreation Department, on Friday, February 14th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., there will be hosting a Valentine's Day movie and craft event for grades kindergarten through 5 at the Handel Recreation Room. You can go to eastchester.gov to sign up. This Friday, January 24th, our library will be hosting a blood drive again. It is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that will benefit the New York Blood Center. And I just want to give a shout out and thank you to our Highway Department again for a job well done this week's storm. That concludes my report.
All right, for my own report, I just want to mention that the National Government Finance Officers Association has appointed our controller, Dawn Donovan, as vice chair of the Special Review Executive Committee. And as such, she'll be responsible for overseeing the operations of the Certificates of Achievement for Excellence Financial Report reporting program, also for establishing program policy, of course, subject to their committee. But it's very impressive that she was selected nationally to head up this position. She is renowned and recognized as an exceptional controller and finance record manager throughout the country. And we're very lucky to have her here, and she does an excellent job for us, particularly during the budget process, where she's very skilled, and we're lucky to have her. So congratulations. And also, we're going to be having a couple of meetings soon regarding Leawood Park, and just finishing off the little details we have there and get everything up and running for the spring tennis and pickleball, bocce, et cetera, and t-ball seasons that'll be opening up. So be on the lookout for our application forms, and we'll let you know when the time comes how to sign up and how to register. So that'll be a great addition to our inventory of recreation fields. And that concludes my report. Does anyone else want to address the town board? No, there being none. So, okay, that's it for our meeting. Someone care to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you all.